everyone, this is Julie. I'm back for Flosstube episode 2. I'm so excited. I feel like I got a lot done that I'm excited to talk about. So hopefully this background is a little bit more aesthetic. It's definitely not very aesthetic because it's a disaster, but it's better than just my living room with a bunch of boxes. So yeah, hopefully it looks a little bit better. I'm also filming with my camera facing me instead of like it being a face front, whatever, blah, blah, blah words. But hopefully it's a little bit better quality this time too. And if I'm looking like up to the sky, it's because I have a mirror directed towards the back of my iPhone so I can see if I'm like somewhat in frame. Also, sorry, my hair is wet. I'm trying to make it, which is exciting. I'm trying to make it to my local needle store. Is that what? L&S, local needlework store, which is about an hour away. It's the Black Cat Stitchery. So that's just on the border of Illinois and Wisconsin, and I live in Milwaukee, so it's about an hour away. And I'm trying to get there before it closes, so I wanted to film this with the light of the day, but I'm like caffeinated and I feel like a little rushed, so I apologize if I talk way too fast in this video. If I have one thing to do in a day, I feel panic, and I just want to make sure I get there. So anyway, but I'm really excited because I've never gone to a local like cross stitch store. So, and it's the Black Cat Stitchery. Hello, I have a black cat. I feel like it's perfect. I want to make sure this is recording for a second. Yes, it is. So yeah, I also realized in my first video, I failed to mention why I'm starting this channel now. So my job, I recruit for college, and I'm lucky enough to get June and July off. So I have the summers off. So this was just like a perfect time to start my channel when I have a little bit of extra free time, and by a little bit, I mean a lot of it, to like actually figure out this process as well as stitch. So it's been super fun. I've really enjoyed it thus far. So yeah, I'm really happy to be here. Again, too caffeinated. I need to calm down. But anyway, what else has been going on in my life? The first 2 weeks off work has been lovely, to be honest. Been fully relaxing and doing like things here and there for sure. Like we went to a Brewers game with my fiance's family. Again, I live in Milwaukee, so all the Wisconsin sports are a big part of my life. Yeah, what else have we been doing? Brewer game. The pool at my apartment also opened up, so I've been pooling it a few days. So that's been lovely. The biggest thing in my life right now is I'm recently engaged to the love of my life. Very exciting, but I'm not gonna lie, planning a wedding is like literally my hell, because one, I am not a planner. I am a direction follower. So I love when other people plan stuff and I help them by like completing tasks. But the fact that I have to plan this is my worst nightmare. Everything. Okay, let me just go on a tangent real fast. But right now I'm looking at venues, and I am shook that places are already booked up a year and a half in advance. We're planning on getting married in November 2024. That is going to be up in the air because who knew that things booked out a year and a half. Anyway, so next week I am looking and touring 11 venues. That may seem like a lot because it is, and it's because I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm just looking at everything and just taking it all in. And then I'm basically gonna go on vibes. So hopefully when I walk on to a venue, I'm gonna be like, yes or no. That's my hope, dream, plan. We'll see how it goes. Next Flosstube, I'll give you an update. Maybe I'll have a decision by then. Oh, I would love that for future Julie. But yeah, so that's basically what's been going on in my life, is just like starting the wedding planning and then enjoying the first few weeks of summer. But I have done a good amount of stitching. I'm quite pleased. So I'll start with my works in progress. I have 2, and then I have 1 new start. So works in progress, whips. My first one is the Haunted House Sal by Teeny Weeny X Stitch on Etsy. I'll put a picture of it, of what it's gonna look like here. And then where I was last time I filmed, and then where I am now. So I basically finished the Grim Reaper room. I hope the lighting is okay. I'm so sorry. I still have not figured out my life and filming. So yeah, I finished the Grim Reaper room. He is adorbs. And then I started working a little bit on the frame. And from the last time I filmed, I was at 764 stitches on this guy. And I completed him at 2,592. So what is that? Like 1,800 stitches on him, and then plus a little bit of the frame, which I haven't counted. So yeah, I'm super pleased with that. He is stitched on 16 count white Aida, 2/1. So that one is such a fun one to work on. It's super fast. Again, the 16 count is very refreshing after working on a little bit of smaller counts. So I feel like that one's just like if I just want fast, easy, like mindless, but still fun because there's a lot of color changes. So yeah, I've been really enjoying that one. Now, I had a tragic discovery when I went to undo my next one out of the Q frame. Hold on. So my next one I've been working on is the Magic Book, and this is by Teeny Cross Stitches on Etsy. Oh my God, it's amazing. I'll put a picture of it here. Sorry, I'm trying not to fiddle with my hair, but I hate when my hair is drying and it looks like a disaster, but we're just going with it. And then I'll put a picture of where I was with the Magic Book the last time that I filmed. And then here is where I'm at. Oh my God. Okay, here's the thing. I took it out of the Q frame and I freaking, well, sorry about the back. It's a bit of a disaster. I did the thing. I did the thing where you freaking I stitched through the rolled fabric like a freaking rookie. Oh my God. It's like, I'm hoping it's okay. I don't know, y'all. Okay, shall we just cut it and go for it? Oh my God. Because I mean, what else are you gonna do? Okay. Stitches start falling out. Ah, that's why. But anyway, so yeah, that was tragic. Yeah, this is where I'm at now. Oh my gosh, I hope the light is picking this up and how freaking cool. Here, I'll try to get a good angle. All of these colors look. I am so excited about this one. And it is so fun to stitch on. I'm doing 1/1 on 28 count. This is opalescent, white Lugana. But the colors are just absolutely insane. I really hope that's picking up. If it's not picking up very well, I'll insert a closer up picture. Yeah, you tell them, Tuna. So you can like get the full effect, but this is so fun to stitch on. And the colors are just giving me life. Like it is just, I can't stop once I get in a rhythm. It is so fun. And I just went to the store yesterday and picked up the last 2 colors I needed, which are a lot of like what's in here where there's white spots. So I can go back and fill those in. because I am getting a little bit overwhelmed with trying to like figure out where I am on the pattern because it all looks very similar. And I'm using Pattern Keeper to keep track of everything, but like if I'm over here, it looks like I'm over here just because like there's blocks everywhere. Anyway, yeah, on this one, I put in about 2,000 stitches the last 2 weeks, which is great. And I am at 4.89% complete. Now, this is hilarious because last time I was like, oh, I'm gonna work down because I'm really worried about if my fabric's gonna run out, which I knew it wasn't going to. And this is the middle of the pattern. So yeah, I'm gonna have no problem. I don't know why I was like so concerned, but yeah, I hit like around here and I was like, oh, this is literally center of the pattern. So I'm fine. So now I'm just kind of working with what calls to me in terms of like direction or color. I feel like I should maybe go back to the black for a little while just because the colors are so fun that I have a feeling if I let myself, I'm just going to do all the colors first and then be left with 15,000 black stitches I need to do. So yeah, but this one is amazing. So fun to stitch. The colors are insane. And I know last time I talked about how I was like, ooh, should I change the colors to be more pink? But I looked at all the floss and I'm like, it's fine. Like the colors are great. It's not too red. It's much more of like a purpley red, pink vibes. So it's totally fine. So yeah, those were my 2 works in progress. And then I wanted to do a new start because I was like, I want to work on something summery. And it's summer, although in Wisconsin it sure hasn't felt like it's been summer, but it is. And so I wanted to start a new pattern that was very summery in my opinion. And I scoured and scoured, and I'm not having a hard time finding patterns that I like, but I obviously haven't stitched a lot, so I'm having a hard time like committing to starting patterns because I'm not sure if I'm gonna like them. And I'm not describing this very well. Like I see other people stitch things and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's beautiful. But I'm like, would I hang that up in my house? Is it like my personal taste? And all like a lot of the patterns I like are such high stitch count. So it's like a lot of time and it's a commitment. So I'm like, I'm basically what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to be picky with what I start. And the pattern I picked really spoke to me. So it is Summerbird Land by Nini Design Crafts. I'll put the name on the screen so you can tell I'm butchering it. And it is so cute. I'll also put a picture of what it's gonna look like. The bird on the top really just pulled at my heartstrings. I don't know why. I think it's freaking adorable. And it obviously says summer, so it felt very summery to me. Now, I did have a bit of a dilemma with the fabric. So, as you can see from the picture, it's on like a very pretty yellowy orange background, but in the pattern, that's all stitches. And I'm like, I don't really want to stitch all of that background if I don't have to, just because it's very time intensive. And I also wanted to try my hand at like working at motifs and moving around the page, which I can say I'm not sure is for me. I mean, I guess it's not for me, but it's definitely a change of like mindset when I'm stitching. Like with the Grim Reaper, I can jump all over the place and drag threads. I'm really lazy. The thing I don't like is changing threads. So I I move around a lot. I don't care about my backs. I'm here for a good time. But with these motifs, you can't drag thread because you don't want it to show through, blah, 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 color changes. I don't know. I'm getting used to it. It's fine. It's really cute, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about it yet. So I am just rambling all over the sorts. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I didn't want to stitch all of that background. And I went to Michael's and I was like, I'm going to look at the color and try and get a fabric close to it. But when I got to Michael's and looked at the color, it was like not at all what the pattern looked like, in my opinion. Maybe I'm just wrong, but the pattern looks very yellowy, orangey background, very summery. The DMC it calls for is just off-white. So I was like, oh, I'll get an off-white fabric. Why I didn't just get a fabric that was yellowy orange like the picture, I don't know. I thought the whole finding fabric thing very overwhelming. There's so many choices. I mean, they're all amazing, but I didn't want to get it wrong, so I played it safe, and basically I ended up with this fabric. And this is my start. I mean, how freaking cute is this little birdie and the little flower? I don't know how many stitches I'm at, but that's my little start. But anyway, so this fabric is very pretty. It's Magnolia Lugana by My Vintage Needle Arts off Etsy. It's 32 count. I'm doing 2/2, which is, this is my first time doing over 2 as well. Wow, there's a lot of cat fur on this. I'm so sorry. And yeah, it's definitely okay. Let's just do a comparison. It's definitely off-white. I think I just played it a little too safe. I'm so sorry if the lighting is bad on this. I really should have like faced the window. Yeah. Well, we'll get this sorted one day. But yeah, so it's definitely off-white. It's a bit more subtle than I was expecting, but that's fine. I still think it's great, and the colors really pop on it. And all the colors in this pattern, just, I love. They speak to my soul. I jumped on the Adam Hart floss drops, and I have them all on those floss drops. I would show you, but they are so atrocious looking, as in because I keep my thread really long because I like do the loop method, whatever, but I don't like changing colors, so I like to keep my threads really long. Yes, it tangles more. I don't care. I'd rather spend 5 minutes untangling a knot than change my thread color. Tuna agrees. So yeah, that's my new start. I started it because it was summery, but I also wanted to kind of jump in the cross stitch club where you stitch a bird. I joined the Facebook group, I'll link it below, but I first found out about the cross stitch club by Mrs. Smith Stitches, which I fangirled a little bit because she commented on my first video, and she was so kind to tag me in her video she released this morning. I was like, oh my gosh, you just made my Saturday. So that was so nice of her. I love her. I swear, it's like, her videos are literally like just meeting up with a friend and chatting. Like, she is like so natural in front of the camera. Like, I don't know how she does it, and she was like that from day one. But anyway, so yeah, I totally fangirled. I really appreciated that. But yeah, I wanted to get on the cross stitch club. So that's my little bird for the month of June. I'll have to look at what the month of July's challenge is, and try and find a stitch for that as well. So what else do I want to say? Oh, plans. So my plans are to start the next room on the haunted house Sal, continue working on my magic book, maybe going back and filling in some of those like empty spaces with the new color that I got. And then for my summer bird, I really want to probably focus on my summer bird just because it's summertime and I feel like it's, you know, it's appropriate to be working on a summer stitch during summer, especially since the other two projects are so high stitch counts that it will take ages to complete. So I think that's one I can actually like see a lot of progress on. And when you sit down and focus on it, it goes by really fast and it's really fun to stitch. So I think I could get some good progress on my summer bird one. Oh, this is Tuna, by the way. You saw her a little bit in my first video, but not too much. Show them your pretty little face. Yeah, that's Tunes. She's the sweetest little girl in the entire world. She's a lover. Yeah, so those are my plans. So I can't remember who it was. So at the end of my last video, I did like a little book section. I decided that's not my vibe. So we're living, learning. I definitely obviously read a lot, but I don't want like a dedicated book section. But I was watching, I forget who it was. I'll link her in my next video when I actually do this, but she did 10 favorites at the end of her video, which I absolutely loved. And it was all like lifestyle, like she had a pair of pants that she put on or like put on and described in the video, or she didn't put them on, but she like showed us. And I was just like, I love that. So I think at the end of every month, like my June wrap up, July plans video in 2 weeks, I'm gonna do June favorites. So I don't think there'll be 10, but yeah, I'm really excited for that because it like really makes you think about and appreciate the things in your day-to-day life, being like, oh, I should tell people this is my favorites. So I already have a few written down. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Okay. Whew. Again, too caffeinated, I'm too hyped right now to do this right now. So again, I apologize if I spoke too fast. But yeah, I think that's everything. So 2 whips, 1 new start I'm excited about. I don't plan on starting anything new in the next 2 weeks. I plan to start a new project in July, so I'll keep it just the 3 in the rest of June. But yeah, now I'm gonna go to Black Cat Stitchery, and I'm so excited. I'm a little bit nervous, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be delightful, but I just hate doing new things alone. Anyway, thank you for listening to me ramble for the last however many minutes it's been. Really appreciate all of the love and support, and feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you in 2 weeks with, you know, more updates, fun stuff. Maybe I'll have a little bit of a haul from the Black Cat Stitchery. But yeah, again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.